Hey everybody, some students are having trouble using nodemon in goormIDE. Basically what is happening is the process that nodemon starts is not dying whenever nodemon is shut down. What this does is this results in kind of a rogue node process, still serving things to the port 3000 or whatever port you use, and then when you try and run it again, you get an error that basically just says, hey, you can't do that. That port's already in use. So fortunately, there is a workaround to this, and you'll see here I have created a very simple Node application. The only thing I have installed is Express, and then I just have an app.js that all it does is start Express and then just listen on port 3000, and I added just a very basic route just to say that it works. So if I go ahead and nodemon, I get that error because that error is that thing is already in use. However, now I can close that, wait a couple seconds, run nodemon again, and it works just fine. The reason that I was able to do that is because I added nodemon.json. You can see it right here. I just added this manually, and then I put this information into that JSON file. What this does is this, every time that the app crashes, anytime you see this red nodemon app crashed, it runs this command. This is a shell command. Basically, it just says sudo kill the port, whatever's running on that port. So this command right here gets the PID of whatever is running on that port. By wrapping it in the $ parentheses, you tell bash or whatever shell script it uses that this is a variable, and then it simply kills that, just like you would do kind of like manually. In that other video I made where it talks about how to manually do it, instead of using netstat, I figured I'd just go ahead and use lsof, which is list the open files, and then the flag is -i, then :3000 for the port, and then -t. Those are how you would do that. By default, this is not going to work because you don't have lsof installed on your computer. So in order to install it, you just do sudo apt-get apt-get install lsof. apt-get is a package manager that is used in Linux. It's kind of similar to npm, except that it's for Linux stuff instead of Node stuff. Then it will install it. Mine is already installed because I'm already using the newest version. But once that is done running, you can put this in your nodemon.json. Make sure that your nodemon.json is in the root of your application. So you'll notice here I have this application called kill, and app.js is there in the root. Nodemon.json is also in the root. So what will happen, let's go ahead and run nodemon. It's listening, so let's go ahead and refresh the terminal just to kind of force it to error out. So cd into kill and nodemon, and it should toss us an error. Yep, that address is already in use. So what I have to do is just Control-C to shut this down, give it a second or two, and then run it again, and it works fine. Now this is not perfect because you still have to kind of shut it down and give it a second or two sometimes, but it's better than having to manually look up and run that command every single time. So this is kind of a workaround until goorm starts to play nice with nodemon. Hey, this is Josh from the future. I forgot to record this when I initially recorded this video. One little issue this adds is that let's say that you're running your nodemon and everything's working fine. Let's say you make a typo in your code. So let's say I accidentally put an A there and I didn't mean to. This is going to crash, as you would expect, but then give it a second and it will show up some other stuff that we did not expect. There we go. So what this is nodemon trying to run the command we gave it, the kill command, but there's nothing being served. There's the return value when we looked for lsof returned null, so there's nothing. So it tried to use kill with no options, so it's telling us, hey, you have to have options with kill. So you're going to see this, but this really isn't an issue. This isn't a problem. All I got to do is just fix my typo like I always would, hit save, it'll restart, and uh-oh, the address is already in use, but we know how to fix that. Just Control-C, run it again. Works fine. So if your app crashes for any reason other than this address in use, you will see this this usage, and then it talks about kill. That's perfectly normal. That's fine. Just kind of ignore it and go about your business. Your other option would be to not use nodemon at all and just use node app.js, and it will work. The problem is if I make changes, so let's come in here and make some changes, res.send instead of works changed, and I save, that is not reflected in my web page. See, it still shows works. In order to have that change reflected, I have to shut it down, and then start it back up. Now if I come over here and refresh, works fine. So those are your two main options. One of them is manual, and that one works if you have any trouble getting your nodemon.json file or anything like that to work. The other one, the one that I recommend, is that first one where you set up your nodemon.json, you install LSOF, and then have it do it kind of automatically for you, or relatively automatically. So if you run into this issue, or if you're one of the people who's already having this issue, here's kind of a workaround. Sorry, it's not perfect, but Goorm is still kind of a growing company, and a lot of the stuff works pretty well, but some of it not so much. And this is one of those things. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Thanks.